Hi, I'm Sarah, and I'm back in the studio today making my picture frames, and I'm going to take you through the assembly process. In my last video, we had Bobby cut all our raw sticks of molding down to size for us, and we ended up with 4 pieces that look like this for one picture frame, 2 16s and 2 20s. I've got the other 2 right here in front of me, and I'm going to show you how I like to start and put them together. I've got my corner clamps are all set up here. I've got the piece set in the clamp here that I'm gonna put together, and then I'm balancing the one end on a set of other clamps here so it doesn't move around. And what you want to do is you want to start with one corner, and what you want to do is you want to have a brush, and I've got a little bit of glue here and a little wet paper towel. I'm just using some junk mail. Thank you. And I'm gonna brush the glue on the side of the frame. Now, I did go through what supplies you're gonna need in one of my last videos. And it's really important not to get the glue or too much of it on here. One of my first batches, I tried to brush it in and it didn't work. I didn't realize the stain wasn't going to set into the glue. But if you do that, you can fix it. You can add a little bit of pigment back into your stain with your oil paint. I wish I'd been a little bit more careful. And so we've got our 2 sides glued, and you just want to wipe the extra glue off your paintbrush. And we've already kind of got the corner set up here. And we're just going to line these guys up. And this can be a little fussy. It's going to take a little bit of patience to do this. And then we're going to start tightening our clamps. And while we're lining this up, just going to tighten that down there. And I like to, there we go. All right, now I've got it nicely tightened and set in the vise with the glue on there. I don't want this to fall apart. And the next thing I'm going to do is you don't want any of that glue right there. You're going to clean it up. Just take my little wet cloth here. And if this had already dried a little, I could take this and just scrape the little beads up. No big deal, just as long as, you don't want the glue to actually go into the corners there. So once you've got your corner all glued in, you want to take your little brad nails here. And this is just how I personally do it, my own process, what I find works best for me in my small apartment. But, if you have an actual wood shop and a better system that works for you, have at it. And I'm going to put my first little nail here in the corner, and I'm going to put a second little nail here. And these are just little wire brad nails. And this is, delicate wood, so you do want to be gentle. I got this little hammer at Harbor Freight. Bobby always teases me about it, but it's absolutely the perfect size, and I love it and just use it for everything. He wants a big Thor hammer because he's a guy to beat a rotor off a car or something. And you got your other one going here. All right, now you've got your corners all tapped in. The first corner is gonna look like this, and then you're gonna want to do your of the other side, the other corner. I'm gonna fast forward you a little bit here because I've already put one together that's at that stage of the process, so I can show you what I do next. conveniently caught on the edge of my table. You know, always something. And then what I like to do here is now, you know, we've got all sides glued. See here. This is what the rest of my table looks like. The frame's all put together here already with the brad nails and everything. And now you're just left with the last piece to put in. And the way I like to put the last piece in is to, you know, brush the glue on either side here. And I like to do this one at once as opposed to the individual side, because I found it's just way easier to get it set in there. I'm just gonna brush a little glue on the other side. And I've been doing this all day. I did hop out to Kroger for a minute, but I came home and started working on this again. And it's kind of a yucky day anyway. It's starting to rain here. Not too bad this morning. It's been cold though. Not really feeling like summer. Alright, so we got our glue all down there. And then next, like I showed you the first time, I'm gonna work this in here. And this is a little bit of a process. Might be a little bit slow the first few times, but then you'll kind of get a rhythm and into a system. And if you have a better setup and you're not in a super tiny apartment, it's probably ideal, but you know, I'm just working with what I got. And when you're doing art on a budget all the time, whether you're just working at the beginning level or working up at the professional art level like me. And I've wanted to be an artist my whole entire life. My parents were artists, and I literally think I was holding a pencil drawing my cats before I even could write my name. When I was a little girl in Connecticut, I used to get up and plein air paint or from my bedroom window the sunrise. It's probably why I like doing so many sunrises now. And my mom sent me my artist statement the other day, and apparently I've been winning awards that I forgot about since I was a young child, so thanks, Mom. I cut out a little bit of that elementary school stuff. And there, you've got that set in there nice. And what I'm going to do next is put the little brad nails in here. And what I'm going to do last is put some staples in the back. I've got my big professional heavy stapler here. And while they're still in the frame, in the vise here, what I do is, I'm just going to use this piece as an example. Because I have the little pillow here, which really helps keep them stable. And what you're going to want to do is just line up this line here with your middle line right there. Press and hold. Press and hold. And then I like to let these just sit in the vices for, you know, a little while. By the time I'm done one, usually the second one is dry enough just to take out and it's ready to go. And that's how you assemble a picture frame. And I hope you enjoyed this little demo. And happy framing.